Hey Laowinners, this is Laowhy86 here with another stream. Happy to see you guys. Let me know if you can see me clearly. You should be able to because I'm actually in America, which is awesome. Finally not going to have to deal with crap internet. I can actually even rely on cell phone data to be completely clean, fast, reliable, and I don't have to use a VPN, so you don't have to expect any massive cuts. I used to watch the subscriber count or the viewer count go from 1,000 to like 200 and then way back up. But anyway, I'm back here for Christmas, visiting the family for the holidays. And we got a few topics about China that have just recently happened. Some big stuff, some heavy stuff, some more lighthearted stuff as well. And Vivi's going to bring those topics to you in a second. But I want to get some stuff out of the way real quick. Number one, it's always really crazy to be back here in America. Reverse culture shock is, in fact, a real thing. And it's definitely going to be a video topic because there is no way around this. I have to cover some of these things that have been either getting on my nerves or completely amazing about being back home. And Vivi and I have been filming a bunch of videos here. I feel like we may have had probably the best video we've ever shot in our entire Laowinners career. I actually think that Vivi's experience in New York City was probably some of the best on-screen presence she's ever had. And believe it or not, when we were in New York City, I literally get out of the car and got recognized by a subscriber. And then that happened 5 more times, literally 5 more times in the span of 36 hours, which was crazy. It was absolutely insane. I actually tried barbecue for the first time, which was awesome. Another thing, why is everyone saying the volume's too quiet? Hold on a sec. Give me a second, my little buddies. Mute microphone. Yeah, I don't think that's what I want. What if I bring everything closer? Volume is cool. I can hear you fine. Some of these people are little lawyers. You're nothing but a little lawyer. Okay, I think I'm closer now. Volume's fine. Okay, cool. Now, what was I saying? Oh, I spontaneously did a subscriber meetup in Toronto, which was wicked cool. I actually went up there to film the Chinatown. I had been there like 10, 15 years ago, and I remember it being very Chinese. So I went up there for a little road trip and met up with some other YouTubers, and then also I did a spontaneous subscriber meetup. I just popped it up on Facebook. Tons of you guys showed up. I feel like 20 people maybe showed up, and it was freaking awesome. We went to this microbrewery, and we booked it ahead of time. But so many people, I guess the message got up. So many people ended up showing up that the waiters and waitresses were super, super pissed off because we had to get table after table after table and stack them all. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But it was super, super fun. And I feel like I owe everyone a thank you for showing up so last minute. It was super fun. But anyone who is at that subscriber meetup, if you're in the chat, welcome. Next, another 2 things on the agenda. Check my notes real quick. Apologize if the volume is too low. I see a lot of people saying that. I recommend either you put on headphones or you put on headphones because I have no other solutions for you. Having a local beer today. This is the Southern Tier Cinnamon Roll, which is a Upstate New York beer. Pretty good stuff. And another thing is I'm proud, and these are not for sale yet, but I do have official Laowinners merch, and I want to hype it up a little bit and tell you guys these will be released really soon. This is the first shirt, which is the Laowinners shirt, and it has all the things that represent China and the channel around the 86, which is pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. And you guys know recently with the the demonetization, I don't know if you guys follow my official Facebook, you'll see that I got 30 videos now demonetized. So it'd be kind of nice if everyone kind of chipped in and helped the channel out if you do appreciate this stuff. And you get this cool little t-shirt. I really do like this design. I thought it was cool. We went through a few iterations with the artist. I have an artist that will actually make new designs every 2 weeks, which is really, really cool. And my favorite one is this one. The other limited edition t-shirt that will be out is, I don't know if you guys can see this properly. Let me try. Let me move this closer. This is the Milk Dog t-shirt, Laowinners. If you guys watch ADVChina, you'll definitely know what this is. Dogs being bred for milk in China. So check that out, it's a nice one. Also comes with the Laowinners logo on the background. So I hope you guys enjoy that. You want a Milk Dog t-shirt? Well, you're gonna have a Milk Dog t-shirt really soon. I believe we're looking at a 30th of December release date. So that is the second thing on the agenda. And the third thing, did I say a couple things? I meant 3 things on the agenda. The third thing is, there's a little bit of a spoiler that I released earlier about this, but is the YouTube play button. And comes with this nice little letter. I'm actually gonna read this to you guys while you look at it, because I thought it was really sweet. And I know everyone probably gets the same letter, but this is for Laowinners for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Now this is only 100,000 subscribers too late. It took them about 8 months to send me this, which was really nice. And it came with this letter. So I'm gonna read this real quick for you guys. You've just done something that very few YouTube creators accomplish. You had an astonishing 100,000 people, that's you guys, subscribe to your channel. We know that numbers on YouTube can get really big, but we hope that you don't lose sight of the reality behind the 6-digit milestone. Are they saying it's not good enough? Each and every person who has subscribed to your channel has been touched by what you created, hopefully in the right way. They were inspired, challenged, or entertained. You achieved this milestone with hard work. By the way, they obviously don't know the Wu-Maos that are subscribed to my channel, because they were certainly not inspired or entertained. I guess they were challenged. They were challenged. You achieved this milestone with hard work, perseverance, and probably a healthy sense of humor too. Oh, golly gee. What you accomplished can't be taken from you. And we'd like to recognize you and all your hard work with a Silver Creator Award, a small token of our esteem and respect. We know that you don't do this for rewards. You do it because you have a drive to create and share, and because you found an audience who cares. 1 million subscribers may seem a long way off now, but you're closer than you think. We're rooting for you. Congratulations, yours sincerely, Susan Wojcicki. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Anyway, yeah, I guess that was actually a lot cheesier than I remember. I think I was just so enthused to finally get it that I was touched. Susan touched me in more ways than one. I got another one of these I want to show you. And this is my second play button from YouTube. It also comes with a letter. Now this letter says, you've done something that very few YouTube creators accomplish. You had an astonishing 100,000 people subscribe to your channel. We know that numbers on YouTube can get really big, but it's exactly the same thing. I apologize. Now this one is for ADVChina, which actually hit 100,000 subscribers much later than Laowinners, but I got this one much earlier, and I wanted to show them together. Now obviously half of this I'm gonna have to get out the hacksaw, because I have to cut it in half for Winston, obviously. And that is a dually owned channel. I'm gonna pop those away. And now that I have taken care of business, and I have introduced you guys to all the things on the agenda, I want to put away this play button. Give me a second. I'm not reading both letters, guys. I want to put these away, and I want to welcome our co-host, Vivi and I. Come on in.
Hello, guys.
Have a little seat. Now, Vivi today is drinking a Pilsner from the Czech Republic.
Do I?
Yeah, this is called Pilsner Urquell. Cheating on the carbs today a little bit, guys. And I'd like to give you guys a preliminary Christmas cheers. It's not Christmas yet, is it? Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, ho ho ho.
Unless, did you just call my subscribers hoes? Unless you're in China, because Christmas has just been banned. We're in trouble for talking about this. You better...
This is so bitter.
Sorry.
Look.
Try this one. Honestly, you should be drinking the cinnamon roll, shouldn't you?
Oh,
Oh, I forgot you hate cinnamon.
That's everything I hate about in this bottle. Ooh, yeah.
People keep saying I'm red, but that's just how I was born. You know, I'm
He's a red
95% Native American.
Okay.
That's racist, I shouldn't say that.
Back to the topic. Yeah, recently I in
Oh, by the way, speak up because they said they were way too quiet.
we recently in WeChat there's a really popular topic, and which is like basically is from official government website. They are trying to ban the foreign holiday,
Yeah, so
especially Christmas. The reason is I read through it. Actually, I have a lot of friend support that was saying like, yeah, everybody should celebrate.
before you get into that, what is the ban? So you said not just Christmas. So we named this video China just banned Christmas, but actually that was just one
Not
of many
only that.
things they banned.
Like for example, because something like Valentine's Day they ban it, and then they ban what else? The top two is like Christmas and Valentine's Day that bothers them the most. I think they lease out a lot, and they said that's like the main reason they want to ban it. First of all, I can understand why. It's because they try to like reunited the Chinese culture, which I appreciate. A lot of friends support that. But the problem is people take it in the wrong side. They said like if you are supporting Christmas, that means you supporting those country that like used to occupy us, because like from the article, like it's literally from a really official article, a news. We're saying like because it's from like the Third World War, and then they occupy and kill a lot of people in China. 8 country, 7 country believe in Jesus. That's what they said. So
Wait, so let's rewind. So China is saying that because 8 countries attacked, they always say that
no,
8
they said
countries.
like we shouldn't support the Western culture, because that's first is disrespect for Chinese culture. The second thing is you need to think about like the shame of China had. It's like we got occupied before, so there's no reason to support Western country. If like the whole world need to celebrate Chinese New Year or something.
No, actually, I was reading through the article. I actually don't think it's that. It didn't surprise me. I wouldn't say it's so much of a ban, like legally, but it's one of those things that will lead to some sort of ban. Like
no, they already like released some document was saying like all those like company and which have like Chinese the government share, they are not allowed to promote anymore.
Got you. So it's basically saying like this is a list of companies and government organizations that are not allowed to promote Christmas anymore.
Exactly.
They're theoretically banning.
And yeah, just like technically it's like banning, because like in China there's a really before there's like 共产主义 communist, it's like the biggest company in China. They definitely 50% shareholder is the government.
Right.
So like think about like every of this, like China, the government have a little share in it. Now just like, you need to ban all of them. That literally is official. Like,
okay.
But I don't like the idea. I support like we need to have a Chinese tradition. Make people like have the stronger belief in what our culture and history. But you don't need to bring up those dirt again.
Right. I mean, this is something, and now I'll speak about this. This is something that I've dealt with for a long time in China, is that when you get into a conversation, especially over drinking, to be honest, with men, and this typically happened over drinking when I was drinking with Chinese men, is that the conversation will inevitably turn political. And that's something that Chinese people in daily life usually avoid because of the sour, kind of sore spot and sour kind of, what's it called? Did I do something? Did I shake? Vivi just slapped me. She just slapped me. Kind of the outcomes or the consequences of talking about politics in China.
It is.
Has always been really bad,
we have
right?
so many
for sure. I mean, they're hired to do that. Now, what I was trying to say is that inevitably the conversation will over alcohol usually turn to politics, even though they try their damnedest to stop talking about politics with you as a foreigner. And it always comes back to this topic of the 8 nations and the shame of China. And this, goes back to the Opium Wars and all the different ports that were open, like Qingdao and Hong Kong and Guangzhou and Shanghai, and all these countries that kind of invaded China and set up their own businesses and things like that, and took advantage of the Chinese people and took advantage of Chinese business and basically made their own spot in China, right? And this always comes back, and it's always difficult because you never know how to respond to this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally a 31-year-old man. I didn't live in the 8-nation shame period of China, right? I mean, we learned about it in history class, but that's about it, right? All you can do is kind of apologize, but not know why you're apologizing, right? And it brought me back. This brings me to another article I read about this whole ban on holidays thing, the Christmas ban thing. And I, at first, again, was like, remember they banned cheese, right? We did that. I just never get shocked. Like, everyone in the comment section is just shocked all the time by, like, the government's actions for this kind of stuff. I wasn't shocked this time until I read an article that quoted someone, right? I can't remember if it was a netizen or a government person, but this person said that why should we celebrate a holiday that celebrates a bearded man from the Middle East that these 8 nations of shame worship, when we already have someone that we can worship, and that is Chairman Mao. And when I read that, that is when, like, this kind of BS, all of this negative press about China, all of this kind of nationalism that people say that China is, like, incredibly racist and nationalist country, all of that stuff kind of, like, it made a little more sense when people have been asking me about that recently, and the nationalism we've experienced recently in China. And I know it was just anecdotal. I know it's just one person, but it kind of gave me chills. Not because I think that Chinese people should worship Jesus, but because they were relating Chairman Mao, who I obviously won't, express my opinion so much about Chairman Mao, but comparing him to Jesus was, I'm not gonna say offensive. It was shocking. It was shocking, to say the least, right?
And remember, some article also said like think about those 7 nations. They believe in Jesus. But the thing is, like, think about Japan. What did Japan believe? Are we gonna ban what they believe?
Yeah, it's yeah. You don't see
share the same culture.
The thing is, like, there's tons of countries around the world that don't celebrate Christmas. Not everyone needs to celebrate Christmas. I don't care, but China is one of the only countries, save for North Korea, that has consistently, recently, been banning everything left and right out of knee-jerk reactions. There's actually this recent thing I was reading as well, is they hired, like, a communist board to go through and correctly translate and name things like emojis and stuff like that, because they thought the translations for these things were either too Western or inaccurate. So they hire, like, a propaganda board to consistently translate these things so it's in the party's favor.
Talk about translation. I know that's not a government thing, but it's actually making a lot of Chinese mad. It's like McDonald's, remember? It's like McDonald's officially in China changed the name to Golden, what's it called? Bridge? Golden.
Oh yeah,
Bridge.
McDonald's was actually originally it's called My Danlao, right? Which is
the same
it's just
sound.
phonetic, right? Yeah.
But I call Golden. What's that bridge?
Golden Arches.
Arches, yeah. Golden.
The reason that they did that, the reason that they changed it to Golden Arches, was because it's not a phonetic translation of it, which I thought was pretty funny, because, like, come on, just name it My Danlao. It sounds like McDonald's. A lot easier to remember. Right?
That actually make a lot of people angry about it, because like people like even say like I would never let my kids go there. For example, because kids in Asia, they tend to have the culture that like go to have a after school party or like a study there, but the problem is like they said like if I was saying like my kid go to Golden Arches restaurant to study, that sounds like bunch of mafia guys.
Yeah, I mean, this makes more sense in Chinese, but it kind of sounds like some sort of mafia party at like a KTV, like meet me at Golden Arches.
Yeah, it sounds just not right.
And actually, it was kind of surprising. It was making me laugh so hard. I was reading some of the Weibo articles, and they were they were making meme after meme about the government's decision to do this, but they cracked down immediately on those memes, and they just wiped them all out.
The good thing is, at least like you can see like still have like younger generation, they still have sense of humor and they have their opinion, unlike like the people are saying like Chinese people blah blah. I still believing like the younger generation, you guys can change China.
I was gonna say it's very, very much the case that the people our age and younger, let's say we're at the cusp. We're at the cusp. Our age or younger are much less irrationally nationalist and much funnier, much have a sense of humor. But that's the kind of stuff that is getting cracked down on. Now, the government has recently made a list of words that will trigger WeChat. And this is actually one of the worrying things recently, is that there are certain words that will get you either not blocked from WeChat, but have people come in and basically look at what you're saying. And in China, the government has the right to look at every conversation. So it's kind of worrying in itself, right? They made a list of words that make it that much easier, that kind of triggers it, right? And these words can be anything from communism to corruption to blah, 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 right?
VPN, remember?
To VPN. I typed in VPN. I
it.
couldn't use my WeChat for almost a half an hour, and I had to talk to people on there about work.
If anybody have WeChat, try that.
And apparently it depends on what ISP you're on. So when I changed over to my router, it was okay. But whenever I used some of those trigger words from my cell phone package, that's when it got banned for like a certain amount of time. It was pretty crazy stuff. And that's what's been happening. And it's gotten so bad that recently people have gone to jail over conversations. There was a guy the other day, and it wasn't the other day, it was like a couple months ago, but he made fun of some police for being out and patrolling for checking for drunk drivers when it was raining, because we all know Chinese police don't go out and patrol in the rain, right? That's no offense to Chinese police. But a lot of the times they'll stay inside if it's too cold or if the weather's bad. You have to admit that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy made a WeChat joke about it, right? It's like, oh, these cops have nothing better to do than go out in the rain and catch drunk drivers. He got arrested. He just got arrested. Number 2 on the ban, are we on number 3? Number 3 on the bans, VPNs. We speculated that VPNs would be banned. VPNs are being banned right now. Left, right, and center, it's causing chaos amongst foreign companies right now in China. Crazy, crazy stuff. It's actually, it's almost worse than what we thought was going to happen, because they said it was going to happen in February, and it's now happening now. And it is pretty worrying. It is pretty scary. It is pretty scary stuff. Thankfully, I have a lot of awesome subscribers that gave me private servers, which is cool. But can you stop reading some of these comments?
They said like I'm almost crying. Stop.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you talk about my country. I'm so angry.
Oh, she's so butthurt. Oh, she's gonna be so sad. Anyway, 2 people now have been jailed over selling VPNs, and that's terrifying, because when you're cracking down at that level, I don't know what the future is for the freedom of the internet there. So, anyway, moving on. Bans. Are we still talking about bans? Anything else banned? There's got to be other stuff that has been banned recently. There's a whole topic of this. I have my notes, but I don't want to go over there.
No, we changed some other topic.
Vivi's getting butthurt.
What? Why?
Because people are worried that I'm offending your country. I'm not offending anything. I absolutely love China, but things are getting insane these days.
We had some like enough like the national like a complaint. We can change the topic. Before we do,
no, I wanted to say I met a ton of mainlanders this time in my subscriber meetup in Toronto, which is super cool. Non-Canadian citizens, some of them, and it's crazy how quickly the perspective changes. And the wonderful thing is Chinese culture is incredibly resilient and incredibly strong. And when I was in Chinatown there, right, I'm walking around, and I kid you not, I identified more as a Chinese person than I did as a white guy. when I was walking around downtown Toronto, because I just got back from China, right? I'm walking around downtown Toronto and I see white people and black people and stuff, and I felt like, whoa, what's up with all these foreigners, right? I got to Chinatown, I was like, oh boy, it's good to be back home. And I went to this Chinese restaurant with this old Dongbei lady there, and we chatted for like 2 hours in Chinese, and it just was fantastic. It was awesome. And my point was that when I was speaking, I felt bad because I was trying to equally talk to everyone at the tables, but when I was speaking to the Chinese people, I felt like I had a lot more to talk about because, oddly enough, the people that grew up in the West and lived in the West their whole life, they have a lot less in common with me than they think, right? I'm not a white guy that just lived in China. I lived in China most of my adult life, right? So when I was speaking to the Chinese people, even in English, it just felt like we had like, I'd be like, oh yeah, you've ever been here? Like, oh, my dear, blah, blah, blah. You bring up words that would start conversations that everyone could relate to. And when you talk to the foreigners or the white people, or not white people, the Westerners, I should say, people from other countries, you have a lot to talk about and you have stories to tell, but the stuff you have in common is limited. It's very limited. I thought that was fascinating. It's kind of cool.
You literally like grow up your adulthood in China, basically. Even like a lot of people don't think you're Chinese, but you're yellow inside.
For sure. I wouldn't say I identify as a Chinese, but I would say that I have more in common with Chinese people because I spent more time there.
True.
And my whole point was that I was shocked and very proud of the fact that Chinese people that go abroad, a lot of them, the educated ones that I met, were incredibly resilient. They were still Chinese. They still ate Chinese food. They still were proud of their culture. They were still Chinese deep inside. But they were so much, and I hate to say this, so much less, I need to pick a better word for this, so much more well-spoken and well-versed in everything else that happens in the world. I was going to use a different word that would just make so much more sense, but sometimes when I speak to mainlanders in China that have never been abroad, they can act like this word. And it's not stupid, just like completely ignorant to everything that happens simply because the access to outside media isn't there for non-English speakers, right? And people without VPNs. So it is actually, I think, maybe 30% because of censorship and then 70% because of cultural limitations that create an environment that makes it not cool or not interesting to care about everything else. That's basically how it is. You agree?
Yeah.
Cool. I thought that was a cool sentiment. Why are you being so butthurt? I'm not trying to hurt your country. What's wrong with you, dog?
I'm not being butthurt at all.
So, that is pretty much it about bans and censorship. Do you realize every time that we go on live stream, we talk about bans and censorship because that is what is newsworthy here, and that is what you guys probably won't hear about.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Are we opening up the super chats? I didn't even announce it. Okay, thank you for doing that so early. Appreciate it. XXMick15 with $2.
But he didn't ask questions.
If you do have a couple questions, let us know. I guess now what's your name? XXMix15. We are now opening up the super chat super early. I didn't know we'd do that so early. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So I guess it's open if you guys want to have a little question, a little pregunta, a little wenti. You can fire it away. Why do I keep looking at you like I'm on a date? I feel like I'm like trying to creep around you like I'm at a movie theater.
You're in love.
I'm in love. Oh, we've been together so long.
Long commitment,
That's what I'm talking about. We were talking the other day about the lyrics to Rick Rolled, Never Gonna Give You Up. And I was explaining to her, like, what in the heck is wrong with this song? Every other song is about, like, cheating or being promiscuous or getting around and getting the hose, right? This song is literally about fully committing to someone and spending like a lifelong commitment with someone. And he thought that was going to work. Well, apparently it did, because that song became massively popular.
We got a live chat.
Oh, we got we got a super chat from D.
Smack. Why I need to smack you? How? In how?
This is not livejasmine.com. So if you want to see a little bit of violence, a little bit of some of that little saucy porn, go up there. You can give me a little slap on the hand, slap on the wrist. Ouch, ouch. Oh.
Anyways,
You want some of this? This is getting really heavy.
No.
I kind of want yours. Well,
there's
good thing I had one from dinner still.
There is some news that
No, go ahead, continue.
there's some
Finish your
news
thing.
that really bothers me, which is like since I have kids, I already really paranoid about. It's about like the human trafficking, kidnapping kids
Right.
situation. And recently, like it's like when baby was really young, every single time I pushed her to the park, I was scared. But later on, because I know there's a community, like all the moms, become a group. We watch each other's back, etc., etc. So I feel way more comfortable about like taking my kids around to the park. But recently, apparently, in our group,
Something happened. I have
something
to
happened.
read some chats. We're gonna leave you on a little what's it called? What is it called? A cliffhanger. Rambo 4505. What happened to Prozzy? Are you still friends? You don't need to
We're
shout.
Still friends.
Rambo, actually no.
No,
actually, one
he's
of the-
no longer my friend. Stupid Prozzy never call me anymore.
Well, that's the thing is that
He's a
Vivian
traitor.
might be okay, but me and Prozzy are not okay. He actually, one of the reasons that he left was because we were not getting along. And are you laughing because I'm actually telling everyone about the truth?
Yeah.
We weren't getting along. I don't know. I kept giving him life advice, and he was ignoring me. And I told him there were certain things that I didn't want to be included in his videos. And like, I don't know. I feel like I told him, don't use this clip. Don't use this clip. I'd appreciate to keep a little bit of integrity, you know. And he kept doing it, and he kept pushing me. And I just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
sure.
I had to cut him off.
Yeah. I'm sure.
That being said, I'm definitely going to go visit him soon. No, me and Prozzy are totally cool. We talk every day. Prozzy actually went to Taiwan under the recommendation of me, believe it or not, because I lived there for a year. I love the boy, and I think he's doing really well as my son. You know, at some point you have to make sure that your 26-year-old son has to leave the house, you know, and take care of himself. So I hope one thing that he does do is continue to make videos, though, because that's going to be one of the best ways that I can see how he's doing. I can always read into his edits and see how he's really feeling about everything. But from what I can tell, and I don't want to give anything away, just in case he wants to save it for a video, but he's really enjoying Taiwan, but he's not super enjoying the work ethic or work situation just because of how many hours that you have to work during the week. And I understand.
We
No.
warned him about that before.
I totally understand, and I totally get it, and I totally realize that it's going to be difficult for him. It's Prozzy. He needs to take it slow, mama lie. And, yeah. People keep talking about somebody behind us. Is there someone in our house?
Who's in back?
Joking. Next. I went on a long time with that super chat, Rambo. Deshaun Saunders. That's an epic name.
But it's hard to track, like,
Deshaun.
did he leave
Dip,
message?
keep them occupied. Deshaun Saunders, he left $1, and I appreciate that, and that's awesome. If you have a question, I'll try to keep my eyes out for it. Tyler Thompson, also $2. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tyler Thompson, you are the man now, dog. Let me know if you have a question. Holy crap! How the heck do I scroll up? What did I? Sorry. Keep them occupied, please. Do a dance or something, or.
So I'm a cam girl now. Huh?
No, I did not say that.
You should become the cam girl.
Next, Yeager McBipper. Yeager McBipper. That is, I just never know if these names are real, and I really apologize because I one time met a subscriber. I won't tell that story. $5. Thank you very much. Did not get a question though, Yeager McBipper. Next comes from. Can you get off your phone, please?
No, I tried to read
No,
it.
I'm gonna deal with this.
Fine, you're losing
You are
a
this.
lot of.
You are this. I'm this.
I'm the face of the camera.
You're the face of the camera. Okay. D with $20. Thank you very much, D. That is awesome. Thank you so much for your generosity. We really appreciate it. That works. Love y'all's channel and SerpentZA's channel. I've been watching for a long time. I love the video. I don't know why I'm putting on this accent. I love the videos more and Vivi is in them. That's why I put her in there. I love her too. Keep up the good work. Just don't get locked up in China. We don't plan on it. We do not plan on it. Thank you very much, by the way, Dee. I really appreciate it. And if you are one of the many new female subscribers, just making a guess, welcome to the channel. We literally, and I'm going to divulge a little secret to you guys, we went from 8%, why do I keep poking the table?
You keep shaking the thing.
8% female subscribers to 53%.
You know why? Because they all support me. Yay!
I'm pretty sure they said, oh, that guy is so handsome, so red. I just love his luscious red skin. That's what they said.
Yeah, sure.
And so they joined. I just thought it was fascinating because most of the YouTube audience is in fact male. And then I checked the analytics of ADVChina. It's still like 10%. A lot of my friends' YouTube's channels unnamed, 10 to 15%. 53% when I checked that. I was like, what in the actual? It was amazing.
That means you're a family man.
I don't know if
You
I
got
should
a
take that as a
family
compliment or
channel.
not.
It's attractive. It's attractive.
I like to have a little bit of both. I want a little bit of the politics, a little bit of the landline ringing, a little bit of the topics, answering the questions about China, answering the questions about whatever you want to know. I want a little bit of the wife, a little bit of the baby, a little bit of the. I'm out of things. Thank you very much, D. Skyline83, Skyline C83. Ask the Laowhy family to make a cameo and say hi. I'll tell you what. I can't guarantee my mother or father would do that, but I know my brothers would be obliged to.
They're not here yet.
And I think one of my brothers snuck out, or he's staying out a little bit too late. But I'll make sure that they pop on camera, okay? And Skyline C83, I'm waiting for your vulgar comments. And then I'll tell everyone about that private Skype conversation we had. Next, Holy Mother of Pearl. I just lost it. You need to stop paying attention to what I'm doing and entertain people with like finger dancing or something. There we go. Okay. Next. Holy crap. Okay. No, I got it.
You only have one job.
I got it. Don't be a. Not C. With 2 pounds. There's a spider in Vivi's hair.
What? Where?
It could be. There are some spiders in this house.
No, it's not a spider. Why do I have spider?
There's spiders in the. Look, there's a spider up in the corner over there.
You have spider
in your Vivi's mouth. Hair.
No.
I have a spider in my mouth. What's wrong with you? I was trying to help you. No, you're a spider. Thank you, Nazi. Tyler Thompson, going to Heilongjiang Province soon. Is there anything that needs to be known? Heilongjiang Province, Black Dragon River. I would recommend going to Harbin, Heilongjiang Province, outside of Harbin. Harbin and Qiqihar. Those are two cool places. Harbin is super awesome if you want to pretend like you're in Russia.
Especially you go at winter, they have a lot of like ice.
Yeah, the ice sculpture,
That's
the ice
their
festival.
Culture.
You know what? To be honest, every time I ask people what I need to do in Harbin, they told me the ice thing, and I wanted to punch them in the face because that's literally everyone says that.
Don't punch me.
I was gonna say go to the river, but it's literally cold right now. Just go to the ice festival. Eat lots of food. It's super good Dongbei food there, and it's mad cheap. Drink a lot, hang out with people in those underground restaurants and stuff. Get those little thin pancakes. Wrap up the things with those flour pancakes. Put in the spring onions. Put in that really hearty gravy and that minced meat in there. Wrap that up. Eat that. Amazing.
Oh, and the sausage.
Eat the sausage.
Yum.
Mwah. Exactly like Eastern European sausage. Fantastic stuff.
They're amazing.
And if you're not into drinking, drink kvass, the local kvass there. Really good stuff. It's kind of like this bready kind of drink. It's nice. No alcohol in it.
They call it liquid bread, right?
Liquid bread, yeah. I think that's what they call beer. Cheers. Anyway, outside of Harbin, outside the city center, where it looks Russian, it is maybe one of the biggest S-hole cities I've ever seen in my entire life. It is scary. Street fights, drunk people everywhere, smashing bottles, disgusting Soviet-looking architecture, smoggy, gross, scary. But in the city center, absolutely first world. Amazing. Really cool stuff. Sounds just like Russia. Next. Oh, thank you, Tyler Thompson, by the way. From Yeager McPipper. Do you listen to Chinese music? What type and how can we access Chinese bands from the West? Take it away, Vivi.
I don't listen to
Because I have some really good suggestions. I want you to start.
I know what you want, but I like them too.
No, you don't. You're a fake fan. FF.
Fine. I'm a fake fan. I don't really listen to nowadays Chinese music anymore because it's weirds me out about like how low quality they are now. Like back then I loved them. Like when I was the 90s music and then like up until like when I was before 2008 I can say like those Hong Kong music and stuff, they're still okay, but they're no longer good.
And this is where you're wrong.
Hong Kong
because,
and Japan.
No. Listen to me. China, you are literally just like everyone else. You're a pleb, and all you do is listen to pop music that you would hear on the radio or on TV. If you're talking about that, you are absolutely correct. But I don't think that's what this guy's talking about.
They want
Nobody
to listen
in the
to
West.
opera?
No, nobody. I'm talking about underground music. People online, SoundCloud, stuff like that. Nobody turns on the radio in China and goes, "Oh, what's the top hits today?" You're so old. You just showed your age. What's wrong with you, dude? You even Gucci Gang, bro? Get it. There are some amazing hip hop artists right now out of China. Literally, just go on SoundCloud and search for Chinese music. That's where they're all hanging out. And there's some Chinese forums as well that also post that kind of stuff. But one I can actually recommend right now is Higher Brothers. And the Higher Brothers are frickin' awesome. Higher Brothers. They have been signed by a Western label called 88 Rising, and they're frickin' cool. And I've never been more proud to represent Chinese music and like push it towards other people, to be honest, because like you said, like normal pop music that's popular in China is usually not good. This is popular and awesome.
And they're pretty catchy too.
They're pretty catchy and pretty awesome.
I like them.
As for rock music, there's a ton of bands playing live now. You just have to go on and do a Google search because there's so many. There's so many, I swear to God, there's so many right now. I can't think of any offhand right now, but I do know that there's one from Inner Mongolia that I absolutely love. They're freaking awesome. Thank you for the question. Very good. Can you stop? Don't ever touch my computer again. Aww. She smacked me without money. She lie. Okay. Lexi Unicorn. I didn't miss any today. Lexi Unicorn with £5. Thank you very much. Stop looking at the computer. Remember? I told you, do you want to DJ today or do you want to be the main event? And you said, I want to be the main event. I love to be popular. I want everyone to look at me all the time.
I would love to be a DJ.
Lexi Unicorn with £5 says, Happy Christmas. Come to London one day, you cuties.
Yeah,
Oh,
I always
will.
want to go to London, and I have a lot of friends live there and stuff, and I heard a lot of good thing about it.
We're actually working on a Euro trip where we're going to buy a
really?
Crap, did I tell you?
Really?
I thought I told you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we're going to do a Euro trip. It's going to be freaking awesome. We'll probably start in London, to be honest. Well, what better place? Actually, I was thinking we'd start in Scotland and work our way down and then drive up all the way through. We'll talk about it later. That's a dream of mine to do with you. I think it'll be super fun. I totally missed. So, you know, it's so much easier, but just click the super chat. I'm so sorry, guys.
You're so stupid.
Casey O. Ruruke with $20. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Back in the U.S. after 7 years in China, wife and 5-year-old love Christmas. Congratulations. I don't want to say this on live stream, but I want to say congratulations. You made the right choice. Especially if your kid is 5 years old, and that's what I'm saying. We still got a little more time because baby lives pretty young, but if my child was 5 years old, to bring them home for Christmas, family back home, introduce them to that new environment, new culture. It's really special. It's really special, and I really want to say congratulations. Seriously, that's freaking awesome.
The sad part is how Billy appreciate it because she don't know, you know.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
But she will. She will someday. Awesome. Thank you so much. D. Hey, D's back. Thanks, D. You're awesome. Waiting for more of Vivi tries food in the USA. Well, D, I don't know if you're late to the stream, but you were in super good luck because we did nothing but film her eating food in America.
Wow.
Sounds
more like a hog.
Let's check that little belly of yours. I literally spent 3 days, 16 hours a day, editing your video. Where you try. We went to New York City and she tried the 3 best foods in New York City: the best hot dog, the best piece of pizza, the best sandwich, and we did a bonus round, the best cocktail. And she got drank. Man, she was messed up, and it was really hilarious. It was super fun.
The drunkest night I have ever had in my whole life, I think.
And it's all on video. It was really hard because I had to take almost 2 hours of footage and actually cut it down into 10-15 minutes. It was really hard, but I'm so happy. I'm guaranteed. I'm actually gonna say I guarantee it's the best video I've ever made in terms of editing quality. You know what I mean? I'm super pumped. I can't believe I just told everyone about that. It's a little bit early to do that.
Yeah.
People are saying rip stream. The stream's fine. I'm watching it over here. Get over here. Shut up. Next. Next we have take Vivi to Taco Bell. That is not a bad idea.
Why?
Just a second. I'm going to write that down real quick. Entertain them.
You always say that. Oh, yeah, I should totally tell you guys what happened in our group. So,
no, you gotta wait till we get through the super chats real quick.
What the heck?
Take
That's
Vivi. No.
You tell me to occupy them, and then I
know.
To.
I was actually more kidding. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I will take her to Taco Bell. That's a freaking awesome suggestion, actually.
Why?
Thoughts on Cui Jian? Cui Jian.
Cui Jian.
Is that that's like a rock star, right? I'll Google him real quick.
It sounds familiar.
Definitely. Yeah, it's that singer, that rock singer from Beijing.
Okay.
I know him.
Yeah.
He got banned, I think.
I don't really know.
Pretty sure he got banned.
Singer.
I do know a couple of his things, I think.
No.
No, okay. I thought that was my daughter. Not giving anything away about the New York trip. Cui Jian, pretty good. Next is Chao Ran He. Oh, dude, I love you. No, he's a patron. When will you have your West Coast timeline announced? I'll do it right now. We'll be starting the trip on January 4th through the 24th. We have everything arranged, everything planned, everything ready to roll. There will be a bunch of stuff that's kind of off the cuff, but we have some real big treats, some amazing stuff that's about to happen on that trip. We organized some pretty fantastic, amazing interviews, and really looking forward to that. Not looking forward to saying goodbye to my family, though. But Vivi is going to fly down to LA to see our Hollywood premiere. Is that right?
Yay.
You're actually coming down with my baba, my dad, right?
Yep. And then we're going to have some...
She's going to have a trip with my little dad.
Your little dad.
I meant you, little wife. Is going to have a trip with my dad. That's going to be super fun. But our premiere, by the way, just to let everyone know, if you're anywhere near the LA area or Hollywood area, whatever, the January 13th at 7 p.m., there's still some tickets left at the Independent Theater. It's going to be super fun. There's going to be an amazing kind of interactive screening of Conquering Northern China. And also, we are going to do a Q&A at the end, which is going to be really cool. Thank you very much. Next is Ryan Hopper. Thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate that. Gabriel Keen. What do you think are the most underrated cities to visit for the first-time tourists in China? Love your channel. Greetings from Montreal. Thank you very much, Gabriel. You are the man. Most underrated city. I would say there's this city. I wouldn't say a city, maybe a town. There's a town in Guizhou province called Zhenyuan, and we went there ages ago. It's on the river. It's picturesque. It's absolutely gorgeous. Everyone was super friendly and nice. It's literally in the middle of nowhere, but it was so fun, and it looked like ancient China. It was amazing. It's really cool. As for bigger cities, I would say definitely check out Changsha. I'm just joking. That's a terrible place. Don't go to Changsha. No offense to Changsha. What would you say for underrated cities? Qingdao? No, that's not underrated at all. Dalian? That's not underrated. Everyone knows about those. Underrated. Cities that are like really cool. I mean, there's so many we've been to.
Guizhou.
Guizhou is not a city.
Guizhou, all different kind of cities. It's good.
Guizhou province
Yeah,
in general.
the province in general, because like they have different kind of minority, you can easily like see, and because they still keep their tradition there, that's like the easiest you can go.
Yeah, I would say honestly,
And
even
plus like there, is it Guizhou? And also like near there have a lot of border. You can check out. They definitely is like.
I would say Macau, to be honest. Everyone talks about Hong Kong. Macau is awesome, for real.
I wonder how many people know about Macau.
I don't know, but Macau is amazing. You should definitely check out Macau.
They people said like Macau is which I studied there, and Macau is literally is like the Asia Las Vegas, but don't let them scam you, because like Las Vegas is one thing. Most of people, if they are like Hong Kong people, most of the Hong Kong people that go to Macau, they hunt for the food. Their food is amazing, especially in the little alley hidden road. They have like a Papa Mama shop. They cook some amazing food, because their cuisine is mixed between like the art of Canton food and also mixed with the Southeast Asia food, and also mixed with the Portuguese food. It's really exotic.
It is. It's pretty amazing. David Harrison. I'm moving to Hong Kong in February. When I open a bank account, is it better to take all my cash with me or transfer? Depends on how much money you're talking about.
Because like when you try to open a bank account, I think they have limit to
They do. We've tried.
save in your bank, right? So I don't suggest you to bring all the money.
I would do a transfer, because recently they've been limiting bank accounts, especially like from mainlanders. But I tried to move some money and it was pretty hard. But
you know what? My mom today just told me that like, because the limit supposed to be like a 10,000 US dollar per day per person. Now you're not even allowed. Only 5,000 to 10,000.
Right, they're like cracking down hardcore. So
Yeah.
I
And
would transfer from your home account.
They even push this because Hong Kong is literally should be like a free land, because it's a like
That's changing.
world economic center, but now it's like slowly just get affected. So you need to be careful about your money situation there.
I would definitely I wouldn't bring too much money. Hey guys, from Juicebox Ryan. Hey guys, I am about to move to China for a few years. Any advice? Probably gonna stay 2 to 4 years. Good job with CNC. Thank you very much. Vivi, apparently. Actually, no. Why did I just say Vivi? Juicebox Ryan. You're gonna move for a few years, 2 to 4 years. Any advice?
Depends on what kind of city you are in. For example, if you're in Shanghai, Beijing, those big cities, you have nothing need to worry about. Just live like the lifestyle you want to live. It's like you can get all kind of convenience. But if you go to like really like smaller city, not the first tier city, not the biggest international city, there's a lot of things you gotta watch out.
Don't fall into the expat circle. Don't just go to the bars trying to meet other foreigners immediately. It's instead of challenging yourself and trying to kind of at least take away something from China, a lot of people will end up kind of surrounding themselves with other foreigners, and that can be an issue. It's comforting, but at the same time, if you picture it like this, if you are growing up in your home country, you have a selection of millions of people to make friends with, right? You're not going to be friends with everyone. You're going to get along with certain people. When you go to an expat circle in any country, you're looking at a very select few people, and you might not have anything in common with those people, but you find it more comfortable because you can communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the most important thing in the beginning is to just really push yourself to get out there. Try to have conversations, have a language partner, get out there and try to make something of it. Learn the language, and just try to fit in with China. Explore. I think it's the most fun thing you can do as well. And if you want to do that with a Western friend, that's totally fine. But sitting around bitter expats can be a very dangerous habit to get into. And that's my biggest piece of advice. Also, learn Chinese. Next is Mike Pensky. Been watching your channel more than a year. You guys are great. Happy holidays from Minnesota. Cold. I've never heard that before. That's really cute. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mike. It's very cold here in New York as well.
Yeah, because I'm from the south. It's kind of unacceptable. Baby hates the cold out.
She does, but she keeps begging to go out in the swing. My dad put up a swing in the backyard for
it's really cute.
For a baby, which is super cute. Next is I'm coming up. So you better get the party started. Thank you very much, Mike. Skyline83, so many hookers in Macau and egg tarts. I knew you'd come out with it. I knew you'd come out with the saucy stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of hookers in Macau, but there's way more in China.
True.
I mean, like they're just paid like legally, and actually no, it's not legal in Macau, is it?
No.
It's legal in Hong Kong. It is. I know it is. But in Macau, I don't think it is.
There is a restaurant. There is a hotel we always laugh about because, like, back then we called them International Hotel, which is like all the girls sit like.
Yeah, no, they're definitely there. I just don't think.
No,
it's
they got cracked down. I don't know,
Oh.
like it's legal or not. I kind of confused now. But
Gotcha.
yeah, they do have a lot of this kind of thing. But like they do, like most of the time they hide. Like if they are legally work for those kind of career, they hide it pretty well, so they're not gonna disturb people. But most of the people like really disturbing, try to get their customer. They usually come from
Sorry.
another side of border.
Gotcha. Just read if I come. Pearl the Rebel. Could you do a video of Olivia speaking English and Chinese? Yeah, we probably have enough clips laying around to whip one up. Maybe we'll reignite your channel. Thank you very much, Pearl.
Shh.
Don't make false promises. D, holy mother of pearl, fit with a $50. Wow, make me nervous. D, Vivi and China. When you get married, do they see the same as USA and give you a ring? I see you have one, but want to know if it's the same in China as USA. And I love your ring. Thank you very much, D, because I picked it out.
it's really pretty. In China, we do have rings, but it just adopt the culture from the West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I would say people that don't have very much money in the countryside haven't adopted that culture, but people in the cities definitely have.
Back then, the culture is not giving ring.
Right.
It's giving the money and all the we call 定情信物. It's like the most pressure thing you give it to that woman as settle down with this love relationship, and then you need to give a pile of money, like all you can afford, to give it to their parents. That's the way of the traditional Chinese marriage.
Right. We call that the bride price.
Yeah.
And you are very expensive.
I'm so cheap. I'm very, very cheap.
You know how much I had to do to get you? You know,
You're so red. Oh my god.
Are you perpetuating the meme?
Lobster.
What's wrong with you,
Lobster boy.
piece of love? Thank you very much, Dee. That is so amazing and generous, and you're awesome, and that's so cool. And that's a great question, actually. But everyone is buying rings in China now. Next. Robin Pittman. Have you ever been to Nanjing? It feels forgotten in the West, but is really significant. On my way there tomorrow. No.
Nanjing, I've been there when I was kid. When I was young, not when I kid. I still remember the like.
Tell us about it.
They are basically the headquarters back then for Kuomintang. I don't know.
The Nationalist Party.
Yeah, the Nationalist Party. There was the headquarters there.
The ones that lost to the communists.
Yeah. Anyway, so they like surprisingly that Nanjing, the old like way they structure and the way they build and then the road, the trees and the thing that actually reminds me of Taiwan.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they went there.
So they're really interesting. They also have some like really ancient house that like have a lot of like a story because Nanjing has been dynasty to dynasty for the headquarters there. So you can hear a lot of different like a Chinese history story there because I was a nerd about history. So
For you.
back then, I love stories. And so if you go to Nanjing, I don't recommend the food because I don't like it. It's kind of sweet and gross. And I love the view
Talking
there.
about the capital of the Republic of China right now.
I love the view there. I love the story there. I love like the culture there. And they said like Jiangnan girl there is kind of pretty. Depends on
Nanjing
how you
girls are
judge.
supposed to be pretty hot.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
fat. And that's why I married one.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Robin. I will check it out someday. Next, Bright Light. How do I buy a ticket for the premiere? Well, my dear friend, all you have to do is go on to facebook.com/Laowinners, and then you can go and find, I posted the movie poster there, the premiere poster, and I also have the link on how to buy tickets and stuff, so I appreciate it. Awesome. Good question. Everyone keeps asking to see my dad. Hey guys, I want to, this is from Renee Ketchel. I want to live in Shenzhen in a few years. Is it easy to get a job there as a foreigner? I have a master's in accounting for background. Love your channel, by the way. Renee, make this very simple. You will not get a job in accounting. You will get a job in the university to teach accounting very easily. There's quite a few schools there.
That's
All
not
the-
necessary. Hold on. That's not totally true. I mean, if you have a master's degree of accounting, do you have CPA? If you have those kind of thing, Shenzhen have a lot of like mainland China accounting big corporate company like anyway, the 4 biggest accounting company, they all have the mainland headquarters there. So if you want to get those kind of job, you can go there to see will they have the opening, but open position. If not, you can just like he said, just get a white monkey job being a teacher.
I'm going to rewind there. All of those firms bring over domestic work if you've worked for that company in your home country. You do not move to Shenzhen or China and go work for a foreign firm. You don't just show up at their door. That's not how they hire Vivi.
Online.
She's moving to Shenzhen. I want to live in Shenzhen in a few
it's
years,
in
right?
Shenzhen.
It is much easier if you're already working for a company that will send you there. They usually don't randomly hire people.
That's a good idea, but you should check online about those biggest.
Renee, you're making us fight. Okay. Yes. Also, but what I was trying to say is that to teach accounting in a university, in a Shenzhen university, is a very good position that pays between 25 and 30,000 RMB a month with really good hours and good holidays. So why not?
Yeah.
Maybe she'd be interested in that.
Both. I mean, if you want to pursue your career, choose my option.
Get over
if
here.
you want to pursue like relaxed life, just experience China.
You were requested
What's
earlier.
that?
I was requested.
Hop in here. This is Brian.
What's up?
Brother. Give him a get it. Nice. Okay, thank you, Renee. Thanks for getting me a divorce. Next, I just
Steal
scrolled
a
down
bunch.
too fast. Okay, next is from Manuel Canchari. Thank you very
so
much for the $5 donation. If you have a question, try to keep our eyes out, but it's kind of hard. I just said tard. Next is from Renee. That was the divorce question.
Oh.
Next is from Jesse N. Jesse Ann, love both your channel ADV and SerpentZA's. You should have Viv try out different American burger places. Maybe try fried cheese curds. If you didn't know, she already did Five Guys. So check that video out
Still
on my
my
channel.
fave. I've got to go back again.
We plan on doing other food videos, of course, because those do really well and people love them. So we'll do those. And we did a ton. So thank you very much, Jessie N. Don't worry, I'll get her stuffing those burgers in her burger locker
lockers.
quicker than you can even imagine. Next, holy mother of pearl, this is the most broken chat system of all time. Next is from, oh my gosh. Okay, there's burger comment. Next is from my friend, D. D, you are just, loving it. D, you should set up PayPal. YouTube takes 30% of super chat donations. And post the PayPal address here. I think Streamlabs have something that lets you know when people donate. That is an amazing idea, D. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We will look into that. I actually was permabanned from PayPal.
Oh, really?
A long time
What
ago.
did you do?
And I just can't manage to get an account going again.
Well,
That's a
I
different
have a
story
friend-
for another time.
By the way, last time did you accidentally open a PayPal account for me in China, but it's also got banned? I don't even know about.
Did it get banned?
I don't know. Did I get banned? Like, you use my identity to do that. Anyways,
If somebody tells me that they can't hear us anymore, I'm gonna say this again.
I'm gonna
Put
just
on
like
headphones.
see our big face.
I know it sucks.
We are trying our
All
best.
you do is have to turn up the volume on your computer, and you can put on headphones, and you can hear us just fine.
You can
Don't
see
you worry.
both of our hats.
I broke my iPhone screen, and it looks like someone shot me in the forehead.
Yeah, it's me.
Thank you. You're screwed up. Next is, don't look at the computer. Look at them. You keep your eyes on them. John
I'm looking at
Cheresna.
you
I am a
guys.
patron of Vivian's. I would
Oh,
like to
really?
see more vids of you and a very adorable Olivia. Your feed is breaking up. It's okay now. Love your channels.
I've been keep posting babies.
She does a
pictures
really good
and-
job on Patreon. I can say that about Vivi, but her channel is, we're going through a bit of a, what's it called? Revamp. We're going to revamp it. We're going to figure out how we actually really want to get into it, because before Vivi would kind of dump a video clip on me and then I have to put it together and stuff, and now we kind of want to put a little bit more effort into it, so we're going to try to bring that up. But if you guys are interested in checking her out, pop her $1 donation or whatever you want to do on her Patreon. She does almost daily
Pictures,
updates.
Every couple of days.
Every couple days, yeah.
Pictures and like how's our life and stuff. If you guys need those like a little juicy life of us.
Are you writing juice on there?
No, not really.
You're spilling juice. Someone call me a soy boy.
Soy. Why you call soy boy?
Because apparently I work for BuzzFeed and I'm like a leftist libtard. Recommend John, thank you very much. Larry, think it's possible to become fluent in Chinese without living in China? What's your recommended learning method besides for total immersion? Thanks. Larry, real quick, I'll run you through this. The first thing you're going to need to do is find a language partner. You need a mainland person or like someone that speaks as a native language. What you're going to need to do is go through units 1 through 5 of Pimsleur's Mandarin 1 through 5. You get a piece of graph paper. Get that graph paper, and you're going to go through the responses. There's usually about 100 responses per lesson, right? So there's like 30 lessons 5 times over for each one, right? So you tick off every time you get one right. Check, 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 check. So it's like, tell the woman hello. And you're like, ni hao. And you're like, yeah, I got that right. Tick. It always tells you the correct response. You tick, tick, tick. Tick them all off. Are you like, see this? Have you seen this man in your dreams-ing me right now? People are going to be scared, dude. All right, tick them all off. If you get 90% of them right, you are ready to move on. I'm not hammered. You're ready to, I'm sorry. I'm reading too many of these little comments here. I am, Brian, what are you doing? You're actually freaking me out.
What's wrong with me being a Laowinner?
Oh, he's being a Laowinner. You gotta put on your Laowinning t-shirt if you're gonna do that.
I'll go get it.
Okay. Tick them off. If you get 90% of them right, move on to the next one. Number 2, get a good flashcard program. Anki. Pleco. Start building vocab. Download vocab lists. Download all the words that you want to study. Do that. Number 3, start having conversations with Chinese people, but do it in like a closed environment. Pretend like Vivi is like my teacher, right? I would sit here and I would have a conversation with her, and every time I didn't know a word in Chinese, I would write it down. I go home, add that to my vocab list, add that to my, flashcard deck, study those words, and then go back the next day and try to have the exact same conversation with her with the words that I learned. I found that to literally accelerate my Chinese growth beyond anything I tried to do before, like classroom-wise. I remember I'd see some of my coworkers or whatever in some of these ESL jobs I had in the beginning, and they would go to Chinese lessons like once or twice a week, and none of them progressed because they weren't actually they were learning like a Chinese student. They weren't learning like an actual person would learn the language and conversation. So Vivi learned English not necessarily in school, but through conversation, right?
No, I learned the basics of English and how to work
Right.
in school, but I learned the life skill through this.
I'm not saying I taught you. I'm just saying you definitely talk to people in English.
Yeah, I talk to
People.
most of the time.
I just missed a ton of super chats, and I apologize. I'm coming. Don't worry.
Why
Next.
are you saying Chinese sentences?
Chuckfish 6 AXB. What's left in there in China that you would like to explore? Western China. Like to see.
Tibet.
Not so much Tibet, more Xinjiang. I really want to see Xinjiang.
Xinjiang and Tibet, it's like 2 of the places I really want to go.
I don't know how welcome I am there though, but that is absolutely Chuckfish.
It sucks
What I wanna
about
say.
like you got abandoned there though. It's really sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah, like foreigners have a difficult time
Yeah.
traveling in those regions. You need like a minder and stuff. It's pretty rough. There are some places in Xinjiang that are okay, but we'll look into it. Thanks, man. Next is, why don't you come in here? We got a little model here. The classic design.
Laowinner?
It's a recognized Laowinner here.
Can I officially be a Laowinner now?
Thank you very much. A lot of people keep asking me what I do for work. What do you think I'm doing?
Videos.
Yeah, are you new? Are you new here? Next. I saw someone just said something about milk dogs. I'm not allowed to talk about that. Why do you keep pinching me?
I'm not.
Did I say something? Are you
No.
mad about milk dogs? Robin Pittman, Vivi should try poutine. You absolutely should.
What
But
is poutine? Ow!
she has to go to Canada first.
What is poutine?
Poutine is
Canada dish.
French fries covered in gravy and cheese.
That sounds so fat and delicious.
It is. It is. It's amazing. Last time I had it was in Shanghai, believe it or not. It's pretty yummy. D. People say that they can't hear you, aren't on a PC. They're probably on a phone. I have headphones and on a computer, can hear y'all fine. Thank you very much, D. You're the only person that matters to me. That rhymed.
That's you sound
Sorry,
too.
I'm
That's too much. Too much.
I'm just gonna
You're not the cool boy in the room.
get out of here. Thank you very much, D. Appreciate that. Yeah, seriously, if you guys call me a soy boy again, I'm gonna cry. Don't take my lunch money. Next is from Jesse N. Again, thank you very much, Jesse. Works better with headphones. Yeah, guys, why don't you buy a pair? They only cost like what? $1 at the dollar
And then
store?
immediately like, all your fans dropped.
Just lost all these subscribers that didn't have headphones. Cry, soy boy. Eh. Next, D. Tell the guy behind you we see him. Brian? Is he still
Brian's
here?
not
He's actually
here.
kind of freaking me out now. Oh,
Where I'm walking.
my father. Next. Next.
Oh, you missed a lot.
Okay.
Like,
No, I think I'm caught up. I think we're good. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nice Dragon. Do you offer any of your time for more personal questions and assistance? I have trouble understanding life in China and life between U.S. Chinese couples. I try to answer every single last person on my Patreon. I get to those first, so I'll answer those almost daily. And then once a week, I'll go through the laowinner86.com slash, sorry, oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Facebook.com/laowinner86. I'll go on those, and I'll try to answer all those as well. So if you have a question, just let me know. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it. So drop me a message and just say Nice Dragon left you a super chat asking about life in China and U.S. Chinese couples. And I'll get to you hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Thank you.
What is it D again?
Flex Flasher, soy boy. This is now a thing. I feel like soy boy was either coined by Paul Joseph Watson or one of those alt-right people, in that they were saying that like men who eat excessive soy products like soybeans and tofu and soy milk, they become feminine and they like lose their testosterone. I don't actually eat any soy. Do I eat any soy?
Why you need to claim?
No, I'm just curious.
You
actually,
own the name now. The more you talk about it.
I've just become a soy boy. Thank you, Flex Flasher, for calling me a soy boy. Next is D. Will we see Don't Know Her Name, but Vivi's family member from Hong Kong, y'all three along so much. She helped you with the food tryout in China. D, you're talking about Wing. Yeah, I guess you might see her at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
She's kind of...
She's really busy for her new job
yeah,
and stuff. Like,
she got a new job.
Not life-changing stuff. She got new boyfriends and stuff. Gonna kill a lot of, broke a lot of guys' heart.
D, your super chat there, and all your super chats just bought you a very piece of juicy info right there. Oh boy, does she want you to tell anyone? Well, it doesn't matter anymore.
I don't care.
We just sold her to the devil. Thank you very much, D. Chuckfish, hold on. Chuckfish is next. Soy milk. That's actually pretty funny because I'm lactose intolerant. Chuckfish6 asks me, have you covered city tiers and friendliness to Westerners specifically? Not only did I cover that video, it's going to be released soon, and we did an entire specific video about tiers of cities on ADVChina. Should be released fairly soon. It's edited, it's uploaded. It's great. It's a good one. Friendliness to Westerners specifically. Tons of videos already done about that. Check out Winston's video. It's called Hospitality in China, the upsides and downsides. There's 2 of those, and I think I did some as well. Just have a little search there, Chuckfish. Thank you very much. I just really can't stand this. It keeps snapping down to the bottom.
Why you can't just click that?
Passus erit vibiscum. That is quite the name. Thank you very much for the $1 donation. Really appreciate it. Jesse N. You are not a soy boy. You do not exhibit symptoms of being an SJW. Plus, you eat meat. Not only do I eat meat, pretty sure I only eat meat. I have not really been eating my veggies these days. Vivi caught me the other day cooking an entire pan of bacon. And when I mean an entire pan, it was like a whole pack. And then I was wrapping the bacon in cream cheese.
Yeah.
And then eating an avocado, so...
Inside, you also wrap the cheese.
Yeah, that was... I'm not proud of that moment, but that is my diet. So, yeah, not a soy boy. I guess not. I do like tofu, though. I like tofu.
Yeah.
But I'm not an SJW, that's for sure. You know what I mean?
Ha.
You don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
Sea Milk, you missed a few super chats. Oh crap, I feel so bad. I'm trying my best, guys. Just a second, let me try to rip through. Flex Flasher,
no,
for real
go
though.
that way.
I know how to do it.
That's why you didn't do your job.
Don't make me get soy on you. For real though, Merry Christmas and good luck on your trip. Thank you so much, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Path Delay, $5. Thank you so much, really appreciate that. Just gonna rip through here real quick.
Do you want me to tell you what happened? The further down,
I get it.
the
Already
earliest.
answered that. I know how that. Vivi and
skipping
Way.
That's
Goibe. Goibi. Vivi, please stream more. Your live stream from July was incredible. Did you do a live stream and not tell me about it?
July? I don't know.
Oh,
when-
is that the one where you were kicking me and Brazzy out of the room? And we were like snickering in the corner?
I don't
That must have been
remember.
that one. That was super fun.
No, the last one is when we go to Hong Kong, I think.
That wasn't in July though, was it?
No.
There's no way. It was definitely that one. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next, I'm going to Yeager and McBipper. I'm going to Qingdao for Chinese New Year in 2018 and I'll spend
Nice.
my time with my wife's family at times surviving for 2 weeks. Qingdao's amazing. You don't need to survive. It's going to be a pleasure. You're going to love it there.
If you want to know before you go, check out his Conquering Northern China and Vimeo.
We went to Qingdao.
The man.
Use the discount code Laowinning. Qingdao, I would say definitely go to the bay there. Check out the ocean. It's beautiful. It's gonna be winter though, isn't it? Let me see. Chinese New Year. Ooh, it's gonna be
It's
freezing.
pretty cold, I guess.
Definitely go eat some seafood though, man. Like the seafood there is
Seafood that is
fantastic.
famous.
Amazingly fresh. Really good stuff. Otherwise, winter in northern China can be a little bit rough. So pack warm because like, yeah, it's pretty bitter up there. It's pretty bitter. But yeah, check out Qingdao is awesome. Oh, and get beer in a bag. It's awesome. Ire means fury. S milk from now on. Just kidding. We're going to Shenzhen, Huizhou in February, March. Any subscriber meetings planned? In February and March, probably not. Maybe a while after that. However, if you are in Shenzhen and Huizhou, definitely follow the videos and find out interesting stuff to do. Why would you go to Huizhou? Just joking. Definitely check out Westlake, of course. What else would you do? And if people are going to go to Huizhou, what would you tell them to do?
Hot spring.
Oh, go to the hot springs. Go to Longmen Hot Springs. Really fun. Anything else?
That's it.
Maybe go to the beach.
That cold?
Come on.
No.
Yeah,
Too
it's.
cold.
She said February, March. March is getting a little warm.
No.
Come on, just pop in the
Yeah,
beach.
it will be warm for
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the northern people.
Thank you very much, by the way. I am a soy boy, apparently, again. Oh my gosh, these are coming in so fast, I don't know what to do.
So that's why
Don't
I need
ask
to be the one
money.
monitor it.
I'm gonna make you DJ next time. Are you guys, Wilfred Bow, are you guys going to Canada again? You better believe it. We just have to figure out a way to get Vivi there because she has
I
a
should
America
just
visa.
apply for the visa. That's it.
Yeah, she just needs a visa to get to Canada. We'll try.
Why you give me the pencil?
Well, I don't know. I just needed to use my mouse. Flex Flashers with Soy Boy again. Not C with 2 pounds. Fry is a Laowigger. Sea Milk is a Milk Dog Soy Boy. Who's Fry?
What?
I don't know. I appreciate that, not C, but I don't know what to say. D is back. D. Will we see? Don't know her name, but Vivi's family member. We already read that one. I just went back to way too far, and I think I read Soy Boy twice, so I just made myself a double Soy Boy. Can I get a double Soy Boy,
Own
please?
it now.
Yes, I already covered you, Chuck, and I read that. Okay. Pretty sure. By the way, I'm gonna read this anyway. Greetings from Alabama. I know you don't think highly of us. Keep up the great work. That is a joke. I don't know how that got out of control. I love Alabama. You guys are fantastic.
People from Alabama should beat him up.
Stop it. Don't you incite gang violence against soy milk. Can you tell me about, Passus erit vobiscum. Please tell us about Nigerians in China. Say hi, Dennis. Do you mean Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Do I look like this guy? Let me show you something real quick.
I think you showed me before, right?
Might be a different person. Well, that didn't work. Internet crashed hard. Do I look like him?
I think you have those like no eyebrow symptom. like him, and
Well,
Cricket
that's
knows
not what
him.
that's not what I asked for at all. I didn't ask for you to say that like my physical defect. It's not funny at all.
Don't cry, don't cry.
Nigerians in China. Met lots of them. Most of them say they're from other countries. Okay, get us some beers. They're in the closet. Most of them say that they're from different countries. If they teach English in China, they'll usually say that they're from America and they're African American. Then they will get more jobs. Or South Africa for some reason. A lot of them say they're from South Africa. I know lots of friends from Nigeria and Ghana, very near each other, that work in trade. And they'll basically buy tons of cheap Chinese clothes or cell phones or electronics. And then they'll export them to their own countries in Nigeria and Ghana, and they make tons and tons and tons of money. So they do awesome jobs. Some of the best friends I actually had were both from Nigeria and Ghana in China. They're super hardworking, super cool guys, and they made bank. And I was super like impressed with what they managed to pull off in China. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. I'm Kylo Ren. Do you think I'm Kylo Ren?
I don't know who is it.
Do you watch Star Wars? The new Darth?
Oh, no, you're so not.
I'm not?
No.
D. Vivi, punch C Milk in the balls for questing you. I quested you. I just quested you. I'm sorry. No, I quested her for herself. This is for her. You throw up when you get punched in the balls. Right?
I don't like this. It's bitter.
I quested. Next. Next is from Elizabeth Rossiter. Where is your daughter? Have you ever been to Australia? Our daughter is sleeping. It's too late
Yeah,
for her.
we specifically put her
Come closer.
down.
Come closer.
We specifically put her down before the stream. That's why I'm late a little bit. She's screaming. She's a daddy's girl.
She is. Is she?
She, because my husband didn't put her down, she'd been screaming the whole time. Yeah, she just keep calling back.
Is that really why?
Yeah.
I feel super bad now.
Nah.
I missed it. We have this tradition every night, actually, where Vivi will give her bottle of milk, and then my brother will read her a story when she's here, and I'll go in and sing the toothbrush song, and I'll brush her teeth, and she always grabs the toothbrush afterwards and tries to suck all the toothpaste off it because she thinks it tastes good.
Yeah.
And she doesn't let me do it properly.
It's xylitol.
Yeah, no,
sweet.
it's
I
okay
tried.
that she
It's
can.
pretty good.
You tried it.
I like it.
Anyway, we have this like nightly tradition, and then every time now she used to go like hand me back the toothbrush and then roll over and pretend to sleep and go. And now she just stands up and she's like, pick me up, and I'm like, oh crap, this is never gonna work. She's not gonna go down now, so it's getting kind of out of control. So thanks for taking care of that tonight, so I could get the stream set up. Have we ever been to Australia?
Nope. I wish I can.
I've never been to Australia either, believe it or not.
It's kind of sucks to have Chinese passport though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work
We
on
can't go anywhere except we have money. If we have money in the bank. Oh, but it should be easier nowadays.
Next is from Chillbro Swaggins. Love your videos. Keep up the good work, and I love your name. That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. D, I already got D's.
You want
I don't want to read that again.
punch it again.
Gabriel Keen, have you ever seen a DPRK border from Dandong? No, I'll do you one better. If you watch Conquering Northern China, you'll see that we went literally up to North Korea. Not just Dandong, I'm talking about like right up there. In a very sensitive region at a sensitive time. So, yes, I have seen the North Korean border for like 400 kilometers. And it was crazy. And it was nuts. Next. Let's have a little look. We already did Nigerians. Just reminded me of your more like jokes. I don't know about
still
that's
talk
right.
about this inside joke.
I apologize. I'm sure I missed something and I feel wicked bad. No, I didn't. I'm caught up. Would you like to tell everyone your kidnapping story?
Okay, the kidnapping story. Yeah, finally my turn. The kidnapping story, because a lot of people, I don't know, did anyone saw the video? Like I used to, like the crappy video I post before. I was saying like, people would just like steal the kids in the what's it called, in the park, so just run away, like kidnap and run. But now they just literally just like one of our mother literally just got a really new style of kidnapping. It's like, the story is like that mom was taking her baby to the park, and then there's a really weird looking, like suspicious looking guy wander around, look at the environment, and she's really like, that guy doesn't look like a good guy, so she pay attention to her kids, like hold her kids like really close to her, right? But he walk away. So because normally she's really like safety concerned, so he walk away. So she kind of feel relaxed. And then there's a little bit dirty looking, like they not dressed up okay and kind of didn't wash her face, kind of little girl come over and started playing with her kid. And usually if like we saw kids playing with kids, is totally fine. And they just like chasing each other like near my friend, so that's also totally fine, right? And all of a sudden after they're playing really well, the little girl just started running to another direction, and then like her little baby just started chasing that little girl. And at the very beginning, she wasn't paying too much attention until she started to walk towards their kids, and she saw that like really sketchy looking guy with another woman, and that little girl literally just heading to those people. So she ran and grabbed her kids, and her kids is still crying, said like,
I'm not laughing at your story, by the way. It's just
and she was crying because she want to play with that kid, but like she still can hear, even like, because normally we would take those kids to the park, so that the kids can listen to the music and the old lady dancing and stuff. She can literally hear that guy just like give a like huge punch to that like 3 to 4 year old little girl, said like, you are so stupid, how can you not even do that? Nowadays they actually used another kid to kidnap another kid. So that's really horrifying, that actually happened in your life.
You actually bothered me the other night when you told me this story, because like this is a park that our kid plays at.
Yeah, we usually go to hang out there, and
you hear about kidnappings all the time in China. It's super common.
So that's why at the very beginning when we have baby Olivia, and I was really paranoid about that. So I was always like, every single time I push her out, I feel like my palm is sweaty. But like later on, I just
spaghetti.
like, because like we have a like huge community for the similar age of moms and kids, and so we feel safe. But we just can't believe in our just like really tight community this thing happened again. And like just on and on, this story start to happen a lot. Especially like, do you know why this happened?
Why?
I want to share some detail.
I'm so sorry. I'm really
You
sorry.
should.
I know, because I'm reading
so
too much
mad
of this
at
crap.
you.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so you also know, all the Chinese know, especially in Guangdong, you need to watch out your safety and all your kids' safety, and also your money. It's because it's the new year coming.
Yeah.
Can you stop? Oh my gosh.
No,
I'm
I'm
out of
dead
here.
serious. No,
Drop the mic.
no, that's very proper reference to Eminem as well. No, seriously though, like China has one of the worst scenarios for kidnapping. And the reason is they get sold into either prostitution, if they're girls, or into begging.
They
And
will
some of the
break
worst,
the kids and burn the kids.
they'll
so
burn
that
their
they'll
eyes
look
out.
Really
They'll burn their, they cut
sad
their legs
so that they can
off.
beg. Yeah.
And they'll put them on the
That's-
side of the road to beg, and it's
that's
just
what
the most,
happened.
literally the most sickening and heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in my life. Is
Do
in
you
China.
remember the first year when it came, you still like try to pay for those people? I
'Cause
don't.
you just,
don't like
it's
you.
your knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah,
you know?
but the thing
Now
is,
I know,
you keep paying them. That means like
you're supporting the mafia.
supporting the kids wouldn't get anything.
Right.
Like I would even suggest like if you guys
Give them
in
food.
China, don't give them food. Just call the. I know the police wouldn't do that much, but at
Won't do
least try.
anything.
Like
Try, I guess. Try and just, try.
I mean like.
The police won't do anything.
Anyways,
Do something.
like
Try to figure this out because we're trying to figure it out.
especially in like Guangdong, the darkest period of time, the scariest period of the time is when you said the Game of Thrones is like winter is coming, the Spring Festival is coming.
Spring Festival is coming. Hide your kids.
Yeah, when it's coming, that's the like
It
the
is.
prime time.
The sad thing is this is something I've had to deal with for a long time, and I feel so paranoid to even take my daughter out to the park in China because I'm so scared that someone's going to try to snatch her, and like it's almost like I'm overprotective in a way. But it's so scary when you told me the story about your friend having to go through this. It like scared the absolute crap out of me. It's really worrying, for real.
Imagine that happened to us.
D. I see Sea Milk's eyes look green and creepy.
You were creepy.
Are you sure? Yeah, they are green. Vivi, what color are your eyes? I can't see the middle of your eye.
That's like a horror movie.
They're brown. Or black, as you say.
Brown.
You call them black. Next is China is heading in a really bad direction. I won't disagree with you. I don't even know how to live a normal life in China right now. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate your Canadian $5. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you just earned yourself a email. Send me over a message to facebook.com/Laowhight86. I'll try to get to you. Hey, come here. You've been requested. Second brother time.
Oh, this is a off-brand
I'm
sea
done.
milk. Off-brand
Right
sea
next to me.
milk.
This is off-brand soup, apparently. This is my
What is
bros.
this on?
Hey, bro. It's on YouTube. What do you think this is on?
No, it looks like you're on a
You
different
think
app.
I'm some sort of Facebook or Snapchat boy?
Musically.
Music. I'm streaming on Musically right now. Yeah. This is Corey. He's my older brother. Not older than me, but older than Brian, my last brother. If you guys have any questions, you can ask Corey. He'll be on for a second. New super chat. Vivi, you speak better English than my Zhongwen professors. That makes sense.
Really? I thought that Zhongwen professor should be Chinese, right? Oh.
D.
What? Wait, what?
D just said $2 for off-brand sea milk monies. Do I have to give him $2 now? Where's my wallet?
I'll put it towards crypto.
He's a crypto boy, by the way. Next, $5 from Nice Dragon. Again, thank you very much, Nice Dragon. Vivi and Sea Milk. Because of the trouble during the holidays, my wife and stepdaughter in Chengdu always travel to somewhere when they can.
The trouble you
My
mean
wife.
like it's too crowded, or like the holiday is like people mountain, people sleep?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. There's too many people,
Chengdu
right?
is not like Guangdong is not the crime area before the holiday.
I think you're really misjudging that. It could be. It definitely could be. Guangdong's the worst, for sure. Thank you very much. Give him $2 from me, too. I feel like he's giving you money for being here, Corey.
Thank you.
Off-brand
$4
sea milk. You're really rolling
I
in it,
know.
dogs.
Rolling in the dough.
You're
I'll
just
put it to
raking in.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, he's a big Dogecoin supporter. If you guys are into crypto, he's all in. He's put his life savings into it. It's pretty crazy. He's experienced massive loss on a daily basis. Good night there,
Good night,
Brian.
dog.
Brian's going to bed.
Laowinners.
Good night, Laowinners, says Brian. Or Bu Lai in Chinese. Okay, good. All right. So you were saying kidnapping. Vivi was getting upset with me because I was laughing during a kidnapping story, and I was actually trying to take it seriously, but so many people were making ridiculous references in the comments section, and I couldn't stop looking at them. No, excuse me. Chinese New Year's coming up. Unlike the Christmas season where people give, right? You give gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get me?
I got you. That's a surprise.
Okay.
For real? Matt have a gift. Do I have one?
No, Matt. I don't know if Matt has a gift. We'll see.
Did you not give me a gift for
We'll
Christmas?
see. We'll see.
You're not getting that $4 now. That's for sure.
I was gonna donate it back.
Unlike the gift of the season of giving for Christmas, which is banned in China, if you didn't notice the little title of this here, Chinese New Year is also about giving red envelopes. And is also about stealing everything around you, because the poor people in the cities, they like to take a lot of stuff so that they can have enough money to afford the red envelopes full of money for their families, and that's why there's so many thieves. That's how I wanted to round out that story.
Got another super dude or whatever.
A
Super
dude. Corey now calls people super dudes.
Bob became a super
Bob
dude.
Temmie, you are now a super dude. Where can I get tickets for Conquering Northern China? I'm assuming you mean the Hollywood premiere. Go to facebook.com/Laowhy86. You can go down through the feed, and I posted the movie poster and all the details and the link you need to go to buy the tickets. So go check it out there. There's probably not that many left. The last time I checked, this is 3 days ago, I think we were 70% sold out. So I think total there's 220, 230 tickets. So we are almost done selling all of them. So get on it as soon as possible. Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate that. Awesome.
If any
There's this guy.
Laowinners see by that, we can see each other. Can't wait.
Yay. Are you Snapchatting my
Yeah.
He's snapping you dogs. Thank you very much. There's this guy that has been literally, he's wasted so much of his time trying to say that we should be banned. And he's a
For
Wu Mao.
what?
He's a Chinese Wu Mao. He's trying to say
Well,
that me
you
and
know,
her should
you
be banned.
can't really blame on him. He
He's
works.
making money.
He's making that for
Do you
a
think
living.
he gets paid 50 cents every time he writes that in our chat?
Pay me. Pay me too.
Hook us up with a super chat, man. Like, share the wealth.
Yeah.
Share the wealth,
Of
boy.
course.
That guy's getting coal. That's for sure. Awesome. You say we wrap this up?
Okay.
I want to say thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. That is my son, Harambe.
Harambe.
I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Laowinners. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you guys missed the beginning, we are dropping official Laowinners merch on the 30th of this month, so pay attention to the videos. We have the classic 8.6 shirt with the kind of China memorabilia, and I almost said artifacts, design around the 8.6, and it's got the classic Laowinners logo on the back. And we have the limited edition
That's my favorite.
Milk Dog t-shirt, 100% fresh, Laowinners, which also has the Laowinners logo on the back. We are making a special website, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be laowinner.com. Keep an eye on that. I will make a specific video on facebook.com/Laowinners, Patreon, probably on Snapchat and on WeChat if you have me there, and also on Instagram. So pay attention to those. And I'll also probably tag it on to any video that's coming around out around that time. Pay attention for the New York City videos. Those are going to be awesome. Super proud of those. So pay attention to those. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just pop over to patreon.com/Laowinners. Let me know there. And then once a week, I check facebook.com/Laowinners as well. I really appreciate you guys. Milk Doge going. Sorry. This is getting like, these memes are getting deep.
Doge.
Low key, you guys are the best channel. What about high key? Really appreciate you guys'
What the
support.
heck
Oh
is a
crap,
milk?
Jesse, don't keep us online. Thank you so much. Jesse, a milk dog is, I don't know how to explain. Let me see.
Best milk
Kelsey.
ever.
I didn't even notice this in the bottom. It says Oh, I can't even see it. Calcium. A milk dog is a very specific animal bred in China. Very dangerous. Very. No, I'm serious. They're very territorial for sure, especially if you ride motorcycles. But it's one of those things that you'll have to experience in China.
Check out ADVChina, you guys will know.
Yeah, definitely ADVChina will have all the answers that you need to see there. But I'm sure he watches that as well. Cool. All right, guys. Oh, D. Thank you very much, D. I really appreciate it. You've been super generous this chat. Milk is yum. I would agree with you, D, if I was not lactose intolerant. So thank you very much for rubbing it in.
You didn't miss it.
Of course, all the super chats coming right before I get up. Philip Hardwick would love to host a gathering in Woodstock, New York. We'll see what we can do. It is difficult kind of hopping around all these different places, but it would be super cool. As long as we have something to shoot in whatever area we go to, it kind of makes it worth it for the whole channel to be able to make a trip like that. And we always love, whenever we go to somewhere else, we always love to meet up with people, so it'd be kind of cool. We'd love to do a New York City meetup at some point, though, for sure. I know you're begging to go back. We had a great time there, for sure. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. China just banned Christmas. I just said the title. It all came to, when this uploads later and it's like 2 hours long, people are going to be like, when is the meat coming? When are we going to know about this? They're going to go right to the end here and they just found out the answer, right? China banned Christmas because it's not Chinese. If you guys relate to the chat. Thank you very much, Laowinners, and I will catch you
Next one.